this morning, sitting on a block or sitting on the earth, you choose, but just coming into a seat, sitting up nice and tall, having your hips weighing down on the ground as you draw your spine up towards the ceiling, crown of the head towards the ceiling, a slight dip of the chin to lengthen out through the back of the neck, and just arrive here in your body on your mat and start to feel the body being breathed from the inside out. Start to feel the movement in the body as you're breathing. And we'll sit in silence for a minute to remember this Anzac Day. Slowly starting to deepen the breath. Blinking open the eyes when you're ready. Sweeping the arms up and overhead, interlocking them. Turning the palms inside out. Reaching your palms up towards the ceiling. Lengthening through the arms. Softening the shoulders down. And then start to round your back towards the back of the room, drawing the pelvic floor up and in, the belly button in, reaching your palms towards the front. And then inhale, coming up. Exhaling, reaching forward. Letting your fingers drift apart, we're going to come onto our hands and knees. And we'll just move through a cat-cow for a moment. Fingers spread wide, palms flat on the earth, and start to round your back up towards the ceiling, drawing the belly up and in. Exhaling the other way. Inhaling, pressing the hands away, chin to chest. Exhaling. From here, we're going to tuck our toes and start to walk ourselves back towards our heels, and sitting on our heels for a little bit of time in our broken toe pose, opening up through the fascia in the back of the legs, in the back of the feet. Whilst this is an uncomfortable shape for many of us, it's really very, very beneficial. So staying as long as you can. Of course, if it becomes excruciating, you're welcome to just come into a kneeling position. From here, we're going to open the arms out to a T, cross the right arm under the left, squeeze the elbows together, place the palms together, or hold your wrist, or hold onto opposite shoulders. If you've got this shape, inhale to lift your fingers up towards the ceiling, elbows up. Feel the shoulder blades broaden on the back. And then exhale, curling your elbows in towards your belly button. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, curling in. Inhale, coming up, opening the arms the opposite direction. Left elbow under right. Take your variation. Inhaling, lifting up, maybe a little back bend here at the top. Exhale, curling in. Inhaling up. Exhaling, curling in. Releasing the arms. We'll just sit here with our palms facing up for a moment. Taking a few more breaths here. One more breath. Stay for the exhale. Start to come up off the heels if you're not up already. Hands down onto the mat. Lift your feet up, maybe give the toes a little bit of a wriggle. Some people like to tap them, so whatever you prefer. And then sitting back onto your heels, we'll bring our fingertips beside us, just lightly on the earth. Start to lift your knees up off the mat. So we're sitting on the tops of the feet. Really nice stretch through the ankles. Draw the belly in, tall spine, maybe reaching your arms forward. Taking a couple of breaths here. See if you can breathe into the sensation in the front of the ankles. And as you exhale, see if you can soften something. One more breath. As you exhale, slowly bringing the fingertips to the earth, replacing the knees down. Hands forward, spreading the fingers wide, lifting the sit bones up, downward facing dog. So feel yourself pressing away from your hands as your sit bones tilt up towards the ceiling. You can definitely have a bit of a bend in the knees. Maybe your heels are heavier towards the ground. Maybe they're off the ground. That's fine. But just concentrate on the upside down V shape. Belly draws in. Let's inhale to float forward to a plank pose. Shoulders above the wrists. Belly drawing in. Sit bones tucking. And then exhaling back to your downward facing dog. We'll do two more like that. Inhale, floating forward like waves onto the beach. Bending the knees, pressing back up. Inhaling, one more. Bending the knees, scooping your sit bones back up. Take a breath here. Stay for the exhale, and then inhale, lift the right leg up behind you. Push through the hands to really stretch the leg up towards the ceiling. And then knee to chest, we're going to step forward into a runner's lunge. Fingertips on the earth, opening the heart forward. As you exhale, pyramid pose. You can step the back foot in a little bit if you like. Just be in a shape that you don't need to change the position of the feet as we flow through this shape. Inhaling into your runner's lunge, back knee off the earth. Shoulder blades slide down the back. Exhaling, pyramid pose. One more like that. Runner's lunge. Heart open, nice long spine. Exhaling, pyramid. You can keep a long back if that's better for you, or you can bring yourself down your leg. And just take about 2 or 3 deep breaths here. One more breath. Stay for the exhale. Bending through the front knee, hands down to the earth. Stepping back, plank pose. So spreading your fingers wide, gripping the mat with the fingertips, rounding through the upper back as you tuck the sit bones under and draw the pelvis up and in. Belly button towards the spine. And then bending the knees, scooping back, downward facing dog. 2 more here. Inhaling, floating forward. Everything draws up and in. Bending the knees, scooping up, downward facing dog. 1 more. Inhale, sweeping forward. Bending, finding your way back to downward facing dog, and straight away lifting the left leg up towards the ceiling. So you're pressing away from the hands, lifting the leg as high as you can. And then knee to chest, stepping forward, runner's lunge. pyramid pose, straightening the front leg, releasing the back foot to the ground if that feels good for you. The heel of the foot. Inhaling, runner's lunge. Exhaling, pyramid pose. So decide if you're going to have your back long, your heart open, or if you're going to come down. One more. Inhaling, opening the heart. Exhaling, pyramid pose. 2 or 3 breaths here. Noticing the sensations one side to the other. Focusing on the breath. Letting the breath be your teacher. If the breath's choppy or you're struggling, come out of the shape a little bit. Inhale, looking forward, bending through the left knee, stepping the right foot forward to meet the left. Scooping up into chair pose. Sitting the hips down, drawing the knees back, the shins back, heart open, arms reach up, gazing at the gap between your fingertips, belly on. Feel that slight energetic tuck of the sit bones. Taking a breath here. Exhaling, forward fold. Little bend in the knees. Feel the ribs connecting with the thighs. So bend the knees as much as you need. And then relaxing through the back of the head, crown of the head towards the ground. Inhaling, looking forward halfway, heart open, hips back, long spine. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling, coming up halfway. Exhaling to fold. Pressing through both feet, bending the knees, scooping yourself up. Arms go up and out, or out and up. Watch the palms flow together. Exhaling all the way down. Stepping or maybe a little hop back into your plank pose. Chaturanga, half push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg up towards the ceiling. Bend the knee, open the hip. Press evenly through both hands. Make sure you're pressing as evenly through your right hand as your left. Maybe you're gazing under your left armpit to see the foot. And then knee to chest. We're going to thread the right foot under the left armpit, coming into our fallen triangle. So slide the right foot to the top of the mat, opening here through the heart, fallen triangle. Press through the bottom hand, lift the hips up slightly, engage the top fingers, activate the fingers on the left hand so that all the muscles are working. And then exhaling, left hand down, right knee to chest. Scoop your right knee around your left leg and step onto the ball of your right foot over a straight left leg. And then lift the hips and the heart towards the ceiling. Taking a breath here. Stay for the exhale. Look forward to the right-hand corner of your mat, maybe your right hand to your right hip, stepping your right foot forward and finding your warrior one, back heel down. So big bend into the front knee. Find the outside blade of the back foot. Inhaling warrior one. Lengthening the arms, but softening the shoulders. Maybe gazing at the space between your palms. And then bringing your hands behind your back, interlocking them, opening the heart. Nothing changes in the feet. Leaning forward, belly in, heart open, shoulder blades squeezed together. Staying there or coming into your humble warrior. Crown of the head towards the earth, sweeping the right sit bones in towards the left heel. Taking a breath here. Letting it go, breathing in and out of the nose if you can, and then energetically pressing through both feet, Coming back up, lifting the arms up into your warrior one, and then opening up into your warrior two. Adjust the back foot if you need. Arch of the back foot, heel of the front foot, roughly in alignment. Fingers spreading away from the center of your heart and then gazing over the front fingertips, the middle finger of the right hand. Taking an inhale here. Exhaling, flipping your right hand, reversing your warrior two. Grow long in the right side body. Start to straighten the right leg. Coming back to your warrior two arms, you can heel toe the back foot in a little bit, leaning over your front leg, triangle pose. Finding where you're going to place your hand on your shin, on your ankle. You might peace grip the big toe, but opening the torso towards the left, drawing the right sit bones in like you're squished between two planes of glass. Taking an inhale here. As you exhale, left hand to your hip, looking forward, bending the front knee, stepping forward, chair pose. Inhaling the arms up. Bringing the hands to heart center. We're going to twist to the right. So twisting, maybe your left tricep is going to come onto your right thigh. And then look at your knees and draw your left knee back so that your knees are equal to each other. Your hips are equal to each other. Maybe you're looking at your right elbow and your left elbow and they're in a straight line together. Taking an inhale here. As you exhale, looking down, hands down to the earth, stepping or floating, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Really strengthen the arms, lengthen the arms, bring the heart through the arms, little engagement of the sit bones. And then exhaling, downward facing dog. Taking a breath. Stay for the exhale. Inhaling, left leg up. Bending the knee, opening the hip, looking under your right armpit. Maybe you'll see the heel or the foot. Make sure you're pressing evenly through both hands. And then left knee to chest, left foot under right armpit, fallen triangle. Inhaling up, so you're lifting the hips up towards the ceiling, opening the heart towards the ceiling. And then exhaling, right hand down, knee back to chest, swivel that left knee up and around, and step the left ball of the foot behind a straight right leg, fallen triangle. Wild thing. Again, we're trying to lift the right hip up towards the ceiling so the hips are flush, the heart is open. And then looking forward to the left-hand corner of the mat, hand to your hip, stepping forward, finding your warrior one, right heel down. Inhaling up. Big bend into the front knee. See if you can bring your biceps next to your ears, but soften the shoulders. And then maybe looking up, find the outside blade of the back foot. Exhaling, hands behind your back, the opposite way. Inhaling to open the heart. Leaning forward, belly in. Staying here, or left shoulder inside the left knee, pulling the left hip back, coming into your humble warrior. Maybe your palms of your hands are together. Maybe you're lifting the hands a little bit more away from the back. Taking an inhale here. Next, long crown of the head towards the earth. One more breath. Stay for the exhale, pressing evenly through both feet. Imagine you're drawing them together. Slowly coming up, releasing the hands. Arms up overhead. Opening up warrior two. Adjust the back foot as you need. Big bend into the front knee, reaching the arms away from each other, but softening the shoulders. Gaze over the middle finger of the left hand and then flipping your left palm, reversing your warrior two, growing tall in the left side body. Starting to straighten the left leg. We're coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose. You might heel toe your back foot in a little bit, but we're drawing the left sit bones under the body as we lean and place our hand on our shin. Wherever's good for you. You can have it on a block inside your left foot, but just make sure that your body is really like your hip bone, your sit bones tucked under, your torso's open towards the front of the room. If you've come lower down, but your body's folding down, that's not what we're wanting. We're wanting an open torso. Just imagine that you're between two panes of glass. So everything's aligned. Taking an inhale here. Stay for the exhale. Right hand to your hip, left hand to your hip. Stepping forward, chair pose. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, hands down. Maybe coming through a crow pose here, knees to your triceps or the outside of your triceps, gripping the mat. Looking forward, leaning forward, one foot up. Maybe both feet up, drawing the belly up and in. Otherwise, you can be in your chair or you can be in your crow prep. From here, we're going to step or jump back into our chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Notice if some space is opening up here. You can walk your feet in a little bit. You can bend the knees a little bit, but think about the spine being long. The chest coming towards the thighs. The shoulders broadening on the back. The fingers gripping the mat. One more inhale here. Stay for the exhale. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Your knees are bent so that your ribs are on your knees and maybe stepping onto the back of into your palms, back of the hands to the earth. Inhaling to look forward, exhaling to fold. So again, think about a nice long spine and the crown of your head towards the earth. Elbows can be bent out to the sides. Your toes are right at your wrist crease. So maybe you'll give your wrist crease a little bit of an inhale, a little bit of a massage. Taking an inhale. Stay for the exhale. 2 more breaths like that. Nice big inhale. If you feel some space opening up, start to think about lengthening from the back of your hamstring, but try and keep the connection with your ribs on your thighs. One more inhale here. Stay for the exhale. Let's inhale to look forward. See if you can bring both your hands out from under your feet at the same time. So you're moving a little bit onto your heels, engage your core, and then gently remove your hands. And start to walk back into your downward facing dog. Let's inhale the right leg up. Bend the knee, open through the hip. Knee to your chest, coming into your fallen triangle. Maybe this time you float the foot. One more breath here. Exhaling, knee to chest, swiveling around into your wild thing. Maybe you float the foot here. So pressing into the hand on the earth and the side of the foot that's on the mat. And then looking forward, stepping forward. Warrior one. Inhaling, coming back to the breath. Exhaling this time into our arrowhead. Arms reach back, shoulder blades squeeze together, belly in, and then arms forward. Find the outside blade of the back foot as much as the front foot. Open up into your warrior two. Adjusting the back foot. Reversing your warrior two. Grow long through the right side body. Straighten through the front leg. Trikonasana. So that you'll lean first, wrap your sit bones under, and then find where your hand is going to land. Just make sure you're not turning down towards the ground. If you are, walk your hand higher up your shin. From here, left hand to your hip, bending through your right leg, looking forward to the top right-hand corner of your mat. You can definitely use a block if you like. Coming into your half moon. Pressing through the standing leg, pressing the top leg up and away. Maybe your top arm floats. Maybe you start to gaze up at the palm of your top hand. That's really playing with balance. So see how you go. And then left hand to hip. We're gently going to sit down into a seated twist. Left knee behind right ankle. Maybe you can come down without using hands and sit down into your twist. Very nice. Hands to heart center. Twisting left tricep outside the right thigh. Sitting up nice and tall here. Your hands can be at the heart center or right fingertips behind. And your left triceps pressing into your right thigh. Inhale to sit up tall. Exhaling to fold. 2 breaths here. Inhaling. Letting something go. Inhaling. Maybe finding a bit more twist. And then looking forward. Stepping to the top of your mat. So coming up, lifting up the hips, hands forward. Left foot steps forward besides the right. Inhale, sweeping yourself up into chair. We're just going to do our twist on the second side because I think I didn't do it last time. So come into your twisted chair, preparing us for the seated twist that we're going to do at the end of this sequence. One more breath here. Exhaling, looking down, hands to the earth. You decide if you'd like to do a quick crow as part of your vinyasa, or you're just going to move through your own vinyasa or skip it all together. Meeting in downward facing dog. Inhaling, left foot up. Bending the knee, opening the hip. Gazing under the right armpit maybe. And then knee to chest. We're going to bring the left leg under the right armpit. You decide. Maybe this time you'll float your fallen triangle. One more inhale here. Exhaling, right hand down, sweeping the left knee around into wild thing. Maybe you're going to float the foot here. It's only an option. You don't have to do it. You can come into your normal wild thing. And then left hand to hip, stepping forward. Warrior one. Inhaling up. Exhaling, arrowhead. Both arms forward on the inhale, opening up into your warrior two. Reversing your warrior two, start to straighten through the left leg, finding your triangle pose. Wrapping the sit bones under, so we're evening out the hips. The hips are both in alignment with each other. One more inhale here. Stay for the exhale. We're going to look down towards the left-hand corner of our mat. Right hand to hip. stepping into our half moon. Using a block or not, if you're feeling balanced in this shape, maybe you're going to bring your left hand to your heart. Maybe your right arm's going to lift. Really engaging arms, legs. Maybe playing with your balance by bringing your gaze towards your top arm. It's not easy. And then exhaling, starting to come into your seated twist. See if you can do it with control with no hands. Inhaling the hands to heart center, exhaling into your twist. So you can be here, or you can be here. Take the variation that suits you. Sitting up nice and tall on the inhale. Maybe finding a bit more twist on the exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhaling. Exhaling. 1 more. Inhaling here. Exhaling into your twist. Looking to the top of your mat. Slowly bringing yourself out. Coming to stand at the top of your mat. Inhaling. Arms up. Exhaling. Hands to heart center. Weight into the left foot. Right knee to chest. Right ankle, left thigh. Finding chair on the left side. Staying here, hips back, heart open. Or maybe you're going to bring your fingertips to the ground and look forward here. If you do that, wrap your right foot around your left arm and draw your right knee back a little bit. Or maybe you're going to hold onto your right heel with your left arm and bring your right tricep. You've got to really push the leg back, the right leg back, to wrap your tricep into the arch of your foot and come into a twist that way. And just keeping that gaze steady. Right knee's moving towards the back, but you're really pushing the arch of the foot into the tricep and the tricep into the arch of the foot. If you're here, maybe you're going to bring in the right fingertips down to the earth and the left arm up. So your choice, lots of variations. One day, maybe both hands are going to come to the ground. You're going to come into your chaturanga arms like your crow and lift your bottom leg up off the ground. In the meantime, slowly unraveling all of that, giving everything a little bit of a shake, sweeping the arms up and overhead, exhaling into a forward fold. Taking 2 breaths here. And then slowly starting to roll yourself back. As you come to standing, weight into the right foot, left knee to chest. No predictions about what's going to happen on this side. We'll just feel it out. Left ankle over right thigh. Coming into your chair on the right, hips back, heart open. So you decide, hands to heart, maybe fingertips to the earth, wrapping the left foot around the right tricep, or maybe holding onto the left heel, reaching your left arm forward and twisting to place the tricep into the arch of the foot. You're trying to bring the arch as high up the foot as you can. Gaze is steady and down, a little bit forward and down. Maybe you're going to open the arms, left fingertips to the earth, right arm up. Taking a couple of breaths here. And then gently, wherever you are, coming back to standing. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhaling all the way down through your last vinyasa or not, you choose. Meeting in a downward facing dog. Taking a breath. Stay for the exhale. Let's look between our hands and we're going to bring ourselves to a seat. You can use your block. Maybe if you've got 2 blocks, you can use 2 blocks. Placing them under your hands. From your downward dog, maybe you're going to take a little hop, cross one ankle over the other and sweep through to your seat, or just coming to a seat, whatever you feel like today. Inhaling the arms forward, curling your back down, belly in towards your spine, chin to chest. Exhaling, lying down. Taking a breath here. Stay for the exhale. Bending your knees, heels underneath your knees, feeling for the back of your heels with your middle finger, pressing up to your bridge pose. So lifting the hips, squeezing the glutes together, pressing through the feet, moving the chin away from the chest, inhaling, maybe reaching the arms up. Gazing at the space between your hands, it's like you're reaching for something on the ceiling. Activating the arms, the fingers, squeezing the glutes together, pressing through the feet, chin away from the chest. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Each time you inhale, feel the lungs inflating. Each time you exhale, squeeze the glutes a little bit more, press through the feet, lift the hips up towards the ceiling, chin away from the chest. 1 more breath like that. In your own time, slowly lowering yourself down to the earth, 1 vertebra at a time. Bring your knees to your chest, lift your feet up and find your happy baby. See if you can hold the outside of your feet or the outside of your shins and bend your knees towards your elbows. You're in upside down crow pose. You can rock a little bit side to side. Massaging the lower back, the upper back. And then see if you can bring the soles of your feet together, holding onto the outside blades of the feet. Maybe you're going to lift your forehead up towards your toes and tap your toes into your third eye. Maybe you'll find enlightenment here. And then exhaling, slowly laying back down, reaching the legs and the arms out. And finding your Shavasana, resting pose. Just letting everything surrender into the mat. Letting go of the breath, practice. Letting go of any little chatter that's going on in the mind. And take rest, Shavasana. All the shapes we move through in yoga is to prepare the body for stillness, to prepare the mind for stillness. It's all working together, mind, body, breath. If at any time the mind becomes active, just bring the focus back onto the breath. Staying longer in Shavasana if you wish. Otherwise, starting to bring some movement to the fingers and the toes, deepening the breath. And then gently, when you're ready, maybe rolling onto one side and making your way up to a seat. Sitting up nice and tall, eyes closed, palms turn up. Yoga is a practice that elevates the energy in the body. So often at the end of our practice, we feel almost like a natural high. So notice that we clear the energies, clear any blockages as we practice. And often we love the feeling at the end of class. Just notice, witnessing without any judgment, how you're feeling today. Let's take an inhale here. Stay for the exhale. Gently bring your hands to heart center, bowing in on honor of yourself, of each other. Together we say, Namaste. Thanks, everyone. See you next time on the mat.